So let's just jump right in. We're going to explore this really powerful, almost wild idea from a writer named Florence Scovel Shinn. And it's this: your words are not just sounds, they are packed with a kind of magic, a power. The idea that your spoken word is literally a wand that can completely reshape the world around you. But before we get to the magic part, let's talk about a feeling I bet we all know. You know that sense of frustration when you're pushing so hard to get ahead, but it feels like you keep smacking into a wall that you can't even see, a barrier that just keeps you from the health or the money or the happiness you're working for. What if that barrier isn't what you think it is? Because what if the real walls aren't outside of you? This whole philosophy says they're not the economy or your job or your family. The real barriers are these things right here, these internal states: fear, doubt, resentment, anxiety, and that deep down belief that there just isn't enough to go around. These are the invisible forces that mess with us, that create the very problems we're trying to fix. And that brings us to our first section, the invisible barrier. This is all about that inner resistance. See, the core idea here is that bad stuff, sickness, failure, all of it, it doesn't just happen to us. A lot of the time, it's the direct result of us fighting against the natural flow of life, and that fight is fueled by these exact emotions. You know, this isn't even a new idea. Aristotle said it thousands of years ago. Resistance is the cause of every monstrosity. And what that means is, our resistance creates the blockages. When we resist forgiving someone, that can show up as physical problems. When we resist the idea that we can be wealthy, well, that creates financial lack. This mental, emotional resistance, that's the real monster under the bed. Okay, so if resistance and all these negative feelings are the problem, what's the solution? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. It all comes down to the big idea for today: your word is your wand. This is the principle that the words you speak have the power to just dissolve those barriers and completely change your reality. And let me show you exactly what I mean. There's this story about a woman who came for help, and her situation was, well, it was bad. She had exactly $2 to her name. That was it. Her entire net worth was $2. So instead of focusing on how little she had, she was given a powerful phrase, an affirmation to say out loud. And I want you to really listen to the language here. It's not weak or hopeful, it's vivid, it's emotional, it's specific. We bless the $2. I see your magic purse crammed, jammed with money. Yellow bills, green bills, pink checks, blue checks. It creates this incredibly powerful picture in the mind, right? A flash of what it feels like to already have it. So what happened? The result of her speaking these words, of shifting her focus? She was unexpectedly gifted $6,000. I mean, come on. It's a pretty stunning example of this whole principle at work, how fearless faith, spoken out loud, can literally transform the reality of lack into, well, a whole lot of abundance. So you're probably asking, okay, how? How does this actually work? Is it just positive thinking? And the answer is, not quite. To really get the engine behind this, we have to talk about something called the subconscious creative mind. Think of your subconscious mind like this. It's your creative department. It's the part of you that actually builds things in your reality. And the most important thing to know about it is, it doesn't judge. It just accepts the dominant idea. So if you pray for more money, but your dominant, nagging thought all day is fear of being broke, guess which idea the subconscious grabs onto? It magnifies whatever you focus on. Your conscious mind holds the pen, and your subconscious is the fertile soil that will grow any seed you plant in it, good or bad. And that brings us to a really, really critical point. It is not enough to just wish for something. You have to actively believe it into existence. We have to make that leap from just having faith to seeing it in our reality. And to do that, you have to understand the massive difference between passive hope and active faith. So what is the real difference here? Well, think about it like this. Hope is passive. It just wishes. The book uses this great example of a hope chest. A young woman prepares it, hoping she'll get married someday. But faith is active. It acts as if the result is already here. It prepares a faith chest with total certainty that her partner is already on the way. You see the difference? Hope looks to the future. Faith knows it has already received. This whole idea of active faith really boils down to 3 simple steps. First, you speak the word. That's your affirmation. And you say it with authority, not weakness. Second, and I love this, you dig your ditch. It's this powerful metaphor for getting ready for the good thing you've asked for. If you want a new job, clean out your desk. If you want a new partner, make space in your closet. And third, you act with faith. You actually go out and buy the lamp for the apartment you believe you're going to get. You show the universe you're not just hoping, you're expecting. When you put all this together, it's not just a mind trick. It is like you are installing a completely new operating system for your mind. And of course, any good operating system comes with some starter apps to get you going, right? So here it is. Here is some of that new code for your system. Powerful affirmations you can use right away. And notice the language. It's active. It's certain. It's not, I hope my good comes to pass. It's, my seeming impossible good now comes to pass. It's not, I wish my path was clear. It's, I clap my cymbals and rejoice, for my way is made clear, easy, and successful. This is the language of active expecting faith. And that, right there, is the big takeaway. The power to change your life, to dissolve those invisible barriers, and to create a whole new reality, it isn't out there somewhere. It's in the words you choose to speak. So the only question left is the one right here on the screen. Your word is your wand. What are you going to create with it?